Hello and welcome to another Beard Clipper video about 3D printing. In this video I'm going to be trying out this magnetic build strip as recommended by Dewey from the Guardian's Discord. There is an invite link in the description below. He's a top lad, I know him very well, really friendly and helpful guy, and he recommended when I was struggling to remove prints from my build plate, though I don't struggle so much now anyway, but I ordered this to see what it was like, because basically what you can do is you remove this from the build plate without having to scrape away at it, and then it flexes a little bit, very tiny amount, which is just enough to pop the miniatures off. So I'm going to give it a go. What I've done is I've put together a print which has one massive miniature on it and actually some tiny ones that I need for a project which is ongoing at the moment, and I've set up a webcam pointing at the printer, which I've not done before, and I have no idea how well it's going to work because the print is set to take 7.5 hours, and I don't know if I've got enough hard drive to record that much. I probably don't. So I'm going to give it a go anyway to record the process of printing this so we can see how much flex there might be, and find out just how good these magnetic plates are. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've used these before or if you haven't, or if you've got any observations, and let's see what happens. Hopefully you're going to see coming up now a super speeded up 7.5 hour long print, with maybe some slowed down sections if I do manage to spot any flex. We'll see. It might be that all that happens is I fill my hard drive up on my laptop and nothing works. So you'll find out when I do. So that printed okay, and I think the time-lapse worked as well. I've checked it, so we'll see how much of that I show you. And what you can see is that the build plate is still firmly attached. So what I'm going to try to do is, and I'm doing this for the first time, I've not tried, is I'm going to try to separate it. There we are, that's separated. So that was a little bit of a jerk, and you can see that there is some resin that's got underneath onto the other build plate, onto that kind of like magnetic strip. But I should be able to clean that off quite easily just with a little bit of an alcoholic wipe. So we'll move that to one side, just out of the way. I'll actually put that back on the machine briefly. There we are, just attach that to the printer, and then we'll have a look at this. So I'm now going to wash and cure this, and if you notice here I've got some tiny ones which I just want to be very careful of, but apparently you can just flex this and it should pop off. So let's just see. Oh wow, look at that, there we are, done, just like that. That is easy. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to put that in the wash and cure machine, and I'll show you what it looks like when I've cleaned it up. What I'm starting to do now, just as another little aside, which isn't really the subject of this video, is wash, let it dry, then take the supports off and then cure. I don't know whether that's the correct order to do it or not, but it's what I'm doing. And yeah, let's zoom in on these tiny little miniatures. This is for a diorama I'm doing for the Encounter Terrain 10x10. Those are tiny surfer dudes done in 2 scales. Unfortunately, the surfboards, which I attempted to print 4 of, haven't appeared at all. Just too small for my printer. I need to have a 4K printer to do that. But there we are. That is how easy that was. I think right now I'm looking at this and saying I recommend that. That was a lot easier than using a scraper and will cause far less damage to your kit. So I'll get that washed up, get it prepared, and then we'll wrap this video up. So there we are. Would I recommend that? Absolutely, that gets a big thumbs up for me. And here it is, big thumbs up. It just made things easier. Popping the miniature off like that so simply without causing any damage to the build plate is just ideal for me. If it's going to make things last longer, save you money in the long run, then it's got to be a win, hasn't it? Now, of course, I, being Mr. Spares, I have 2 build plates, so I could do the speed of switch around quite easily without these magnetic plates. But if you don't have a spare, or if you don't want to, because it's easy for you to source spares, you have to wait weeks like I do, then this could be a really good opportunity, a really good idea if you're trying to get at a higher cadence of printing. So you can take the build plate off, you can pop the miniatures off, you can then clean that magnetic plate and straight back on. Within about 10 minutes you can have your machine going again. Whereas before it maybe would have been a little bit more difficult to do that, particularly if you wanted to clean your miniatures before you took them off the plate so that you weren't handling resin and causing potential damage in that way. So yeah, it could be a really useful purchase for someone. So I wanted to say thank you very much for Dewey for suggesting that. Come and join us in the Discord. Link is in the description below, and we'd love to see you there. There's a number of Discord links where I habit, and you can come and chat to me if you want to. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've used this, if this has made you interested, if you think it's a terrible idea. Whatever reason, I always love to hear from you, so please do say hello down there. And I will wrap up by saying, as I always do, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well. A quick and important addendum at the end of this video. So I've been using this for a few days now and it's been going great, and then yesterday suddenly started having some very strange behaviour with the build plate, which I levelled 4 times in one evening, just always appearing to come out of alignment, and sometimes very suddenly out of alignment, and it would be returning at an angle like this, and yeah, not very good at all. Thanks as always goes to Quinn, who gave me the suggestion to have a look at this. What I'd done was, if you have a look on the build plate, we have a tab at the front, which is cool because it helps you to lift the plate off, which is quite useful. However, if you put that tab to the front of the build plate, so this is where it attaches to the arm that goes up and down, if you put it that way round, then you're going to get a problem on your Elegoo Mars 2 Pro, because the VAT doesn't actually sit central, and so that will descend, and as it's descending, this bit will catch on the front of your VAT, and you'll end up with that end being tilted up, and it all goes horribly wrong, starts grinding and scares the living daylights out of you. So what you need to do is, when you're putting your magnetic plate on, make sure that you put it on, and you can see how easy it is to put on, but with the tab at the back where the attachment goes onto the arm. So there we are, a little bit of a public service announcement. That was a scary couple of hours when I thought I'd actually completely destroyed my printer. So thanks for watching as always, stay safe, stay well, and stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.